Hearings will be starting soon or may already be in the process by the time you see this. We want to show you how to use Kansas Analytics to help you in the hearings and appeals process. I think you may find this extremely useful. Kansas Analytics is something we put out several months ago. Some of you have been using it, some of you have not. We highly recommend that you do, and you're going to find that it's going to be extremely useful when you have an appeal on a residential or commercial property. So we're going to walk you through an example of an appeal just to give you an idea of how this would work. When a taxpayer comes in with his property, you can have Kansas Analytics up on one of your screens, examine your Orion data, and then look at that subject property versus other property across the county. So as an example, we'll go to the residential main file review. Taxpayer for property at 715 Wheat Street or Wheat Lane. We'll type that in and we'll get a closer look at the subject property. This is a property that is built in 1977. It's 1,280 square feet. It has an average rank and a good CDU, and it has a full basement. To give you an idea, we'll take a quick look at a quick picture of the property. There you go. This particular county has its sketches out there, so you can see a quick sketch of the property. All right, so now we know what we're looking for. So let's compare this subject property to the neighborhood as a whole. It happens to be in, we'll take the situs address out, happens to be in neighborhood 153. So we'll just look at the neighborhood 153 as a whole. We see that there are 414 residences in that property or in that neighborhood. These are not sales, these are properties as a whole. Okay, with a median value applied by the county of $157. Okay, remember our subject property was right at $153. The median age is 1978, which is very close to our subject. Total living area is 1,416 square feet. That's a median, not far from our subject. So indications is our subject property is very similar to most of the properties in the neighborhood. Now we want to filter this down so that we're only looking properties that are very similar to our subject. First thing I like to do is to look at the basement type. Our subject property has a full basement. I'll check full and partial. And you can also consider walkout, but I don't think that's necessarily appropriate for this particular property. So we'll hit enter. And most of the houses in this neighborhood do have basements, 398. Very similar median price. Other information is pretty much the same. So it didn't tell us a lot. We know the subject property was built in 1977. So let's go look at our year built range, and we'll say maybe 1970 to 1985 because we want to eliminate the really old houses or anything that's fairly new. We want to limit that into a range and similar to the subject. So we'll hit submit, and we're down to 163 houses with a median value of 152.97, which, believe it or not, is exactly the same as our subject property. Year built 1975, very similar living areas. So everything's saying that we're right in the ballpark as far as how we're valued it in relation to the rest of the neighborhood. You can continue to look at this. Maybe you want to look at square footage. It's 1,280 square feet, so maybe we'll say 1,000 square feet to, I don't know, 1,500 square feet. May have to change that, but we'll try it and see. Okay. Very similar again. 1975 is age, 1243 is the size, median value we have applied is 161, so that went up considerably from where we were. So again, that's all higher than the subject property. You can continue this as much as you need to. We can look at grade or rank, which was average, and CDU, which was good. And again, you can apply ranges here by just hitting the control button as you choose these. Okay. Okay, so we're at $165.32 for the median value applied by the county in that neighborhood. For a house that's slightly older, but almost exactly the same size. So everything is indicating that we are probably a little undervalued on this property. At this point, you may want to sit down and scroll through some of the properties, maybe with the taxpayer. Here's a house, same grade, same CDU, virtually the same age and same size. We have it valued at $175 a square foot. So you can look through these and see, are these comparable to your subject? And I would say that in probably almost every case they are. So there's an indication that you are valued him, if not below similar properties, but certainly fairly with other properties. If you want to carry this further and you actually want to look at sales, you go to the data review section, go to the sales file, residential sales file, and basically repeat that process. So we'll type in neighborhood 153. There's 122 sales in neighborhood 153, but you need to remember these are all sales, not just valid. So the very next thing you want to do is to limit your sales to valid sales. Scroll through till you find that. There you go. Hit submit. And there are 62 valid sales in this neighborhood, indicating a median sales price of $157.70. Still higher than our subject property. But you also have to remember this includes 4 years of sales. In this particular time, we've had a lot of movement in the market, so maybe we want to limit our sales to the last 2 years. So we'll go through here, find our sale years 23 and 22. 24 is not applicable yet. Submit, and you'll see that our median sales price jumped considerably to $171.81. And there's still 28 sales. Now, you can just continue this process as much as you want. You want to go to partial and full. Maybe you want to go ahead and at one time, just see if you can get it all done at one time. Put your grade and CDU in. Maybe put year built 1970 again to 1985, and put your square footage to 1,000 to 1,500. Then let's see what we get. We have 4 sales. These are 4 properties built within a reasonable time of the subject. Very similar in size, same grade, same CDU, same basement type. Sold in the last 2 years, and they're indicating $161.56 a square foot. Very similar age, very similar living area, and our subject property is valued at $152.97. So this indicates that if anything, the county is undervalued on this property, and there's probably no need for this person to appeal the property any further. Now, obviously this is a case where you have a lot of sales. Sometimes you don't. You can broaden that search outside of your neighborhood. Commercial properties can be done the same way. Just caution you that the search functions are different because you obviously have different components. And also the sales file includes sales from all 17 of our client counties, so that if you need to find a mini storage sale and you have to go outside the county, you do have that available to you. Good luck with this. Hope you use it. If you have any questions, let us know. If you need some help researching a sale, particularly a commercial one, give us a call. I hope this is some benefit to you. Good luck.